Hi everyone, my name is Rena Apia, and today we are here to talk about DispatchGh. So most of us have used delivery services to send a package before. It works, but it's clearly a side feature which has been fixed onto a ride app. It has limited vehicle options, no real proof of registration, no real proof of delivery, no proper way to handle disputes. But DispatchGh is different because delivery is a whole product, not an add-on. So customers can book and track live, pay by Momo or card. Riders take the job, navigate straight there, and confirm drop-off with OTP so there's an actual record it happened. There's also an admin dashboard running everything behind the scene. So we use Flutter, Superbase, Google Maps, and Paystack to build this app. It's already working, so it's not just an idea. So after you launch the app and onboard, you can either create an account or sign in. So we are creating an account right now. Okay, so after this, you receive a verification code which we will input in the system. Okay, so our verification code is 166. Complete the profile by putting in your your name, your address, then the password, then you confirm the password. So after confirmation, then the app launches. So on this page right here, we can send the package, track, schedule, or we would view the history of the deliveries we've done. So we'll try to send the package right now. So we'll click on send package. So we'll choose a vehicle. So on our app, we can either choose a motorbike, van, or truck, depending on the size of the item you are sending. So let's pick a motorbike. Then the next page takes you to what you'll be sending. So you give a brief description of the item being sent. And then we can also choose whether the item is small, medium, or large. We can also indicate that the item we are sending is fragile. And on this side also, we can take a picture of the item we are sending just for more verification processes, but that is totally optional. So yeah. So after taking a picture, then it takes us to the location page where we will input the pickup location. In this section too, it has the live map which will indicate where you are. So we are using the live map here. So after we would also input the receiver side where we input the receiver's name, the receiver's phone number, and then the receiver's address. The next page takes us to the pricing page where we can decide to pay or the receiver pays. So after we click on whoever wants to pay, then we would look for the rider. Okay, so this takes us to the rider side of the app, which my colleague will take over.
Okay, so this is the riders part. As you can see, there are no current drivers or riders available yet. So it will still be hanging this way. So for now, let us create a new rider. So so here I'm creating the rider now. The moment I finish creating it, we should be able to see a rider or find a rider. So over here, I can decide to select whether I am a rider who uses motorbike, van, or truck. So I will pick motorbike and then I would have to include my registration number. So let's say GR 123412. Over here, I would also receive an OTP to verify my identity. So I'll check the OTP and then provide the OTP.
274
Did you say 274
512.
512, right?
Yeah.
So now that I'm verified, for the rider's side, providing a profile picture is required. So we have to provide a profile picture. Over here, we are using an emulator, so we can't use a camera currently. So we will just use the image that the emulator provides. Now here, the rider is supposed to provide his Ghana card front and back, the driver's license front and back, the vehicle, a picture of the vehicle, the front view of the vehicle, the back view, the left and the right view. So let's provide all. So we assume we are taking a picture of the documents we need. So then I will have to submit it for approval, which the admin will need to review my documents and then approve them. Before I submit for approval, my name is Osman Mohammed. So the admin who is supposed to present this would also display to us how the approval is being done, and then we would come back to sort the customer out because the customer is still waiting for a
Oh,
rider.
Moano. Yeah, Abba. Katima Mzee Abba. Ade,
So
na
my
kumahuno.
colleague who
Meyade.
is handling the admin side would also come in to approve the admin as well.
Okay, so my name is Collins, and then I'll be walking you guys through the admin dashboard or the panel. So when we come to the admin panel, that's where we monitor the entire dispatch GH system. So on the dashboard page, that's where we get a basic summary of um, the entire activities of DispatchGh. So you can see we have five main KPIs. That's the active deliveries, total delivery, today's revenue, and then the rest. We also have a table where we have the list of all recent bookings. Moving on to the rider page and the riders page on the admin dashboard. So over here, we manage the riders we have in our system. So you can see we have filters where we can filter through the list of riders based on status. So you can see we have a pending rider. That's Ima Kofi. That's the rider we just created. So we can have actions whether to approve them, reject, review. Yes. So moving on to the delivery page. Okay, so on the deliveries page, we can have a list of all the deliveries that has happened in our system. We have as usual, we have our filters where we can filter through the list. Moving on to the live map. Okay, so on the live map, that's where we see the entire ongoing deliveries in our system. We have a UI over here showing online and active deliveries going on. So we also have a dedicated issue page where we manage disputes or issues, delivery issues. Okay, moving on to the users page. Okay, so on the users page, that's where we manage the entire users of our system. That's the customers. We can delete, um, view their information, and make decisions based on that. Okay, so that's that for the admin panel.
And so that's for DispatchGh. We wanted to build something not more than just an ordinary delivery app option. We wanted to build trust, a system where customers know exactly where their package is, and the riders can also prove the exact location of where the drop-off occurred, and everything runs smoothly behind the scenes. This isn't just an idea. We are hoping to build one. This isn't just an idea we are hoping to build one day. It's alive and already working, and we are just getting started. DispatchGh, real delivery, real proof, really working. My name is Atiso Prince. We look forward to working with you. Have a nice day.
So before we conclude this whole presentation, let us approve this rider and then we sort out the customer waiting. So we can approve the rider here and then we've approved the rider. So we then go back to the rider session to so over here we can close and reopen and relaunch the application. So the moment we relaunch the application, we could see that there is a customer waiting, but we need to go online. So we are online now. The customer is waiting. So this is what we do. We have to accept the customer. We have to accept. The moment we accept, the customer gets notified that a rider has been found. Then from there, the customer proceeds on payment. If the customer doesn't pay, the rider won't be able to submit that the item has been picked up. Let's test that and see. We tried picking up the item from the rider's side. It is saying we should wait for the customer to pay before. So without payment, the rider can't pick the item. So let us proceed paying and see if we can pick the item, if the rider can pick the item. So we've been able to pay. Now we've been confirmed at the customer side that the rider is on his way. So while the rider is on his way to, we can be chatting with the rider to find out what is going on and how things are going. So let's see, let us send hi. The rider receives a notification from the customer that, hi, where are you? So let us reply as the rider. You will see that the conversation is going on between the rider and the customer. And also, we can decide to also, so first of all, let us go here. So now that we are at this side, the driver is on his way, the rider has arrived, and then the rider has picked up the item. So we click here, picked up. Then, so we get package picked up. Initially, it was driver on its way, but the moment the driver arrived and picked the item, it's updated into package picked up. So now that the package has been picked up, we will be able to we should be able to get a notification from the receiver. So this is the receiver's number. This is the receiver's number. You should be able to get a notification from the receiver that the item has been received. The admin has been picked, and then he will be expecting an item. And then there is an OTP the customer would enter, so will prove the item has been delivered. So the OTP is right here. Let us click this, enter delivery. So we enter the OTP for the proof of delivery, that is 4927. We verified. Now delivery completed. We are done. So the delivery has been completed and the customer or the sender has been notified that the item has been delivered. So we've sorted out the customer, we've sorted out the receiver as for. When we go to the the driver's dashboard or his earning side, we will see that the payment has been successful and this is his earning. That is what is going on here. So he's been able to make one successful delivery. Then when we go back to the admin panel, when we check from the admin panel, we will see that one item has been delivered today. And this thing here has been delivered by this rider. And the amount that was paid was this. And this was the tracking ID. When you go back to deliveries, we could see that this one has been delivered. The sender is Kofi Annan, and then the receiver is this. Remember, I displayed the receiver's name, Amagana, with the number. So this is the receiver and this is the receiver's number. This is the rider's name and the item has been delivered. You can also view what went on, the status of what went on, the time the driver was searching, the time the driver was assigned, the customer was searching, the time the customer was assigned a driver, the time the driver came to pick up, the time the driver delivered the package, the distance it took, and the price it paid. The proof of delivery and everything was there. The drop-off location and everything is there. So this is what DispatchGh has that the traditional delivery applications do not have. So that is it right here. We can make as many as deliveries as we can, and each and every one of them has its own unique proof of delivery OTP. So when a package hasn't been successfully delivered, we still have issues parts at the admin dashboard where we can settle that dispute. Over here too, the customer can decide to upload the picture of his choice. The customer can decide to edit his information. The customer can decide to check his order history. You can see from the history, this one has been completed. So that is it for, and there's also a help and support for the customer as well. So this brings us to the end of the presentation for DispatchGh. Once again, my name is Osman Mohammed. Thank you all for your time.